guys, it's Greg from East Coast Dyes, and today I'm going to show you how to do a John Kemp style dye. He was a Notre Dame goalie, used to use an Irish style dye, and so I'm going to be showing you how to do that today. I've got this white Excalibur. You can see I've already got the decals applied to the scoop. They are 5 small shamrocks, evenly spaced out throughout the scoop. This is kind of what I used to cut these decals. These are hand cut from electrical tape. I used the method I used to cut decals. I have a tutorial for it, and I'll link it on screen right now, so you guys can check that out if you want to cut decals just like these. It'll help you cut them, and so you can do this dye as well as many others with your logos and text and things like that. So first, you want to cut out your decals, then apply them to the head. All right, guys. So I've got my my decals all applied, and now I'm going to blow dry them a little bit to just really make the electrical stick so it won't come off in the dye. Alright, so all I did was heat them up a little bit and then press them on real firm so they won't fall off. Alright guys, so I've got my mini trash can with boiling water, enough to submerge the top of the head in right here. So I just want to submerge part of the scoop in. I used my electric water boilers. You can also just boil water in a pot if that's easier. And I'm going to be using Kelly Green Rit dye to do the top, since I want a nice green color. So you got to make sure that water is really nice and boiling. I'm going to use an entire packet of the Kelly Green dye for this, and maybe just a tad more. I'm going to see how the color turns out. So you got to make sure you stir the dye into the boiling water. Don't worry about getting it in too quick. I just dipped my hand in the dye. That didn't feel good. So don't worry about getting it in too quick. The water's going to hold its heat pretty well. So stir it around. If it's really hot, it should dissolve relatively easily. Alright, so then we're just going to take the scoop of the head, and we're going to just dip it in to where we want. We're going to fade it a little bit. So I'm going to dip it into where I want, and then lift it back up, and just keep submerging and unsubmerging it, so that so you just move it in and out slowly, so you get a nice fade to it. Alright guys, so I've got the color I want. I've just been fading it, dipping it in and out, and you can see it's got a good fade to it. So now I'm going to take it and rinse it off in water and get ready for the next color. Alright guys, I'm back to dye the other half of the head. I've got some Sunshine Orange Rit dye, another trash can full of boiling hot water, and the head half dyed. So I'm going to add the dye to the water. I'm going to use a whole packet of Sunshine Orange to my mini trash can full of boiling water, and make sure to stir it up real good like we did last time, and try not to burn yourself like I did. And this time we're just going to try and fade the orange up into white, so that it fades from orange to white to green from the bottom up. So it should look pretty sweet when it's all done. Sometimes the dye has a tendency to sit on the bottom, so you want to make sure you rustle it up off the bottom and scrape the bottom. Oh, but don't dip your fingers too deep. Alright, so then just like the last time, we're going to take the head and dip it in to where we want it to go to, and pull it back out and just fade it. So you can see it's already starting to turn orange. So make sure you don't go up too high with the orange. Make sure you leave just the perfect amount of white, and dip it in and out to fade it. Alright guys, so I've just been dipping the head in and out until I've got the color I like, with a nice white to orange fade, and that looks pretty good. So I'm going to rinse it off, and the dye's all done. Hey guys, so I've got the finished dyed head all done. Taking the decals off and rinsed it off and wiped it off. It turned out really nice. So this is the Irish style done. It's got the green with the shamrocks up at the top. It fades to white, that fades to orange. It came out really nice. So the green could have come out a little better, but the orange came out really nice. This head was extremely old, so it died a little differently, but it should be alright for almost anything. So this is how the die will come out. Nice green, fade to white, fade to orange. With if you use my die decal tutorial with electrical tape, your shape should come out really nice. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't, and have a great day.